Welcome to the highlights of the last of the preliminary games of this B&H Challenge in Perth. This is between England and Pakistan. Same two teams will take out the final match on Wednesday here at the WACA, and deservedly they are in that position because the points table shows that they are clear of the other two teams, West Indies and Australia. Not only that, but they have the highest run rates as well, 5.05 to 4.73. So quite clearly they've played good cricket and they deserve to be in that position. Now the team changes today. England have left out Dilley, who's deliberately being rested for the final on Wednesday. Edmonds is out. He may play in the final. We don't know at the moment. They'll decide on the balance of their team on the morning of the match. In come Foster and De Freitas. Foster playing in his first match in the Challenge. De Freitas has played before. And Pakistan, for their part, have made no changes from the side which last appeared here in this competition. Imran Khan won the toss, decided to bat. The pitch is magnificent, and we pick it up now with the first ball of the second over. Gladstone Small is the bowler. He's coming in to bowl to Kazim Omar. 1 run on the board, and Ian Chappell is your commentator with Bill Lurry.
And he starts with a no ball, and Kazim's got it away for 4. But Kazim continuing in the form that he showed the other night against Australia.
Not sure he tends to hit this. It was one of those ones where he half appeared to take the bat away, but got it to ground off the no ball. Beat getting in script. It's valuable 4 runs. When you're in form, doesn't matter where they bowl them. If it had been David Boone, it would have dragged back onto the stumps.
That's got past Jack Richards. 4-leg buys.
Yes, Jack Richards, if he has a fault, doesn't cover the leg side as well as the off. And that one, he really dived over that delivery. Certainly was deflected by the thigh pad. He went over the top, just a fraction late.
So here's the new bowler, Neil Foster.
Cracking shot from Kazim Omar. Not much backlift, but perfect timing.
And a lot of wrists used in the shot as well. He's a very wristy player indeed. And we saw a few of those shots the other evening against Australia. Just working the ball away with the power of the wrists. Ian Botham comes on. He'll bowl to Shoaib Mohammed.
Unusual, but effective. And unhappy. None for 46.
Bowl him, and Botham waves him on his way. That looked to me as if it bowled him off the pad. There may have been a bit of bat in it. We'll pick that up in a minute, but a big breakthrough this for England. Kazim was just beginning to cut loose, and he's been bowled by Botham.
Well, Botham does it again. So often it happens, and Kazim just playing all over and around that one, catching a bit of pad. And, well, the great man has struck again. 1 for 5. So Pakistan in the 17th over, 1 for 61.
Ramiz Raja, the new batsman, in at number 3.
And Kazim was the first man out. Just playing all around it. And, well, it wasn't a very good defensive shot, put it that way.
One way down to fine leg, and Botham is not happy.
Well, it just goes to show you don't have to crash hard straight drives to get boundaries. A little deflection down fine on the leg side is good enough to get 4.
Gatting to continue.
Out. Yeah, straight to mid-wicket. No ball. Run out. He's out, run out. Well, how was that? No ball. He's hit it to mid-wicket. No ball call was just there. The batsman took off and Bill Athey fired it back to the wicket-keeper. So that was a very unusual but a correct dismissal. The batsman hitting the no ball to Bill Athey at mid-wicket. For some reason coming down the wicket. Athey fired the ball to the keeper. Out. Run out.
Well, what a double play. Some very smart thinking by Bill Athey. Took the catch. Perhaps didn't know it was a run. And look at this. Underarms the ball back at the easiest of run-outs. Well, you can't beat bad luck. Shoaib will be able to tell your grandchildren about that one. You don't see that very often at all.
And I would say that Ramiz didn't hear the no-ball call. Out for 15. That's 2 for 97. Javed, the key as far as the Pakistan batting goes, certainly their best batsman. A very experienced campaigner. Well, Ramiz Raja was the batsman on strike. Mike Gatting was the bowler. Watch this for some action. There's the delivery. No, umpire's arm going out. The no ball's call. He's caught at mid-wicket by Athey, who's going to throw it back to Gatting, but Ramiz takes off. He thought he was out, and he's run out off a no ball.
Gatting, do you say bring him back or throw it back? You make up your own minds. This will be discussed a lot. Is that man embarrassed, or what's he thinking about? Oh.
And that's it in the air and struck nicely. Runs into the fence for 4. Shoaib picking it up beautifully.
Oh, Shoaib Mohammed, beautiful shot this. Effortless, timed sweetly, plenty of vacant ground down there. 1, 2, 3, 4 bounces.
It's in the air and that's beautifully timed. Beats Small at mid-off. The second boundary, up goes the run run.
Shoaib Mohammed doing it correctly again, taking a risk, not afraid to hit the ball in the air. The gentle pace, he's picked up the outswinger beautifully. He's got the measure. Bang, away it goes. 2 boundaries in the over, just what Pakistan need. Look at that, effortless, again balanced well forward.
Embry. And Shoaib turning away down the fine leg to reach his half-century. So a good knock here from the opening batsman. Four fours and 102 deliveries to get there. First bounce and no ball, or is it? Well, let's see whether the ball was on the bounce. I think it was a catch, but the no ball signaled by umpire French, and nobody made an effort to go back to the pavilion there. It was a clean hit.
Yes, the catch was taken by Bill Athey, but Javed wasn't going anywhere. He knew it was a no ball.
So an educated edge, as they say, goes for 4, but they all count. And the end of the 39th over, Pakistan are 2 for 152. Embry. Fielder coming around, De Freitas takes the catch. Shoaib is gone. Caught De Freitas, bowled Embry for 66. 3 for 156.
It was a good catch by Philip De Freitas. Shoaib hitting into the wind. The ball was dropping quickly, and De Freitas had to make a good 30 metres ground there to take the catch. and he claimed it very easily in the end. So the third wicket is down, with the Pakistan total at 156.
And as was to be expected, Imran Khan comes in after this very good start for Pakistan, 3 for 156.
Shoaib had played well, but he really did have to get on with the job. In trying to do so, he holed out a deep mid-wicket. Really hasn't got the power to clear that boundary into the wind. And De Freitas took a well-judged catch.
At the halfway mark, I reckoned that 220 was about the figure these teams would be looking at for this Pakistan innings. If Pakistan made any more than 220, they'd be well pleased. If England held them back below that, they would consider it to be a bonus. De Freitas. So he didn't pick that up until very, very late. It was a long, long time. The ball was in the air a long time before De Freitas really got cracking after it. Don't know what happened to it, because it's a good seeing day.
Well, it was hit very, very high by Javed, and just that ball holding up into the wind. And he was late getting going. Finished up lunging forward, but not far enough. Good over for Pakistan as Imran swings that one away for 4. 10 off the over. Pakistan now 3 for 177.
Now it's to be Philip De Freitas, who had a splendid spell early on. 6 overs, 1 maiden, no wicket for 8. Well, I wouldn't like to be under that. Wind's taking it away. He hasn't played here much, otherwise he'd have been back on that boundary. I think he knows it too. Touch of inexperience there.
Just how high can you go? That ball has gone enormously high, and with this very strong sou'wester, it must have been swirling around. There was no way known he was ever going to catch it. In fact, he finished up not even getting a hand on it.
Now that one should be out. Gower will know exactly how the wind's going to swirl that around, and he'll take it quite comfortably. De Freitas takes the wicket. Imran is out. Chase for runs. Sacrifice of the wicket. 4 wickets down now, and they're within 2 of the 200 mark.
Well, Imran trying to hit with the breeze. That ball well wide of off stump. And one of the experienced campaigners in this English team, David Gower, making good position, getting there very early, and then catching the ball with his head still and his body still. A very good catch. Quite a good little knock from Imran. After 23, Pakistan now 4 for 198.
Mansour Elahi is the new batsman. John Embury is the bowler. Beautiful shot. That's one of the biggest hits I've ever seen here. It has smashed the red light that's used by the scorers to signal the umpires. They've seen the signal for no ball and wide and other matters. And it would have landed in the top deck of this stand where the commentary box is. I don't think I've ever seen anyone hit a ball into the top deck before.
Very good straight hit. And that's 10 off 2 balls. Excellent back cut from Javed. And that brings up his 50. What a fine player this man is. Excellent straight 6 and then a beautifully executed back cut.
What a huge 6 that was. Straight down the ground it went. Boy, and it went high as well. And eventually went straight into the stand and made its way down the stairs. That's pretty obliging of it.
Seemed the safest way to come down anyway.
Well, it's well played. Beautifully hit down the ground. Manzoor is very powerful. Imran Khan has said that he is the hardest hitter of a cricket ball in the world. Well, that one certainly stayed hit.
Launched one here the other night that was almost as big as that hit from Javed. But look at that, that's well struck. So now Philip de Freitas, a lump in his throat. What do you do? A couple of devastating batsmen here. So he's bowled pretty well up until now. He's had it pretty much his own way. Been very awkward to try and deflect and get away. But still now, at the business end, he's got it all before him.
He's flicked that one fine. He get 4. Well, he moved outside off stump. That was very good batting. In fact, the umpire has signalled leg byes, but the idea was there. Javed moving outside off stump, try to play it fine. Eventually it went off the thigh pad.
Oh, cunning as the old bull, right across there. Look at that. He knew where the vacant area was on the field. He didn't get bat on it, but the deflection off the thigh pad, the same result. They all go in the book, all added to the total.
This is the last over. It's going to be bowled by off-spinner John Embry. And can Javed Miandad repeat that huge straight 6 that he hit during the last over? There's still a bit of a spare area straight down the ground, just by the side screen. And I suspect he'll be aiming for that. Well, he hasn't quite middled that. It's gone straight to the fielder. It's got him. So the batsman has crossed and Javed Miandad is out. Afi, the fieldsman at mid-wicket. And Miandad, having played a little gem, is on his way back to the pavilion.
Yes, and this could have gone anywhere, and it did. It went straight to a fieldsman. If he takes the catch, waited on that one little while to come to him. And as the batsman lead, they swap bats. Obviously, Javed had the big blockbuster. He's handed that over. Well struck 59. Pakistan 5 for 225.
Wasim Akram is the new batsman. And he's got the strike because they didn't cross.
He's hit that pretty firmly. It's gone straight to him. So Mansoor yet to get a whack. Wasim Akram, left-hand fast bowler. And famous for his ability to swing the ball around. Let's see what he can do with the hunk of timber. So Embry will be tantalising. He's got 3 deliveries to try and strike the ball into the fence or out of the ground. So no doubt Embry will throw out the challenge.
And that one straight down the ground to mid-off. And I should think that Mansoor has decided that he's going to have a go. Yes, he settles for 1. And so with 2 balls to go in this innings, the big hitting Mansoor is on strike. He's just going to have a little glance around the ground. And I tell you what, he is going to wind up and give this thing everything he's got. That is a full toss, and so he's hit it straight down the ground. He wasn't able to get underneath it. He's coming back for a second, is Akram, and he's probably out. Well, it couldn't have been far away. That's a very good throw by both of them. He kept it down, and 1 short has been signalled by the umpire. That's umpire French down there. And once again, Irving Rosenwater has picked that scorer's nightmare up. A big smile on his face. 1 short. Batsmen stay where they are. This is the last ball of the innings. Another full toss. That's well bowled. But hard to get under those full tosses. He's coming back again. He'll be out this time. No, he won't. It's missed the stumps. Well, that is a bit of bad luck. They collect themselves too. And Akram decides to trot off the ground. Well, that is a little unlucky. It bounced over the stumps. Pakistan 5 for 229. They've scored their runs at 4.58. It's going to be very interesting to see whether England can beat them after what is perhaps an acceptable score. 230, in fact.
Well, that, I reckon, is just about what Pakistan should have got. We estimated at the halfway mark, the 25-over mark, that something around about 220 would be a reasonable figure for both teams. So now Position is that England require 230 to win in 50 overs, 5 for 229 Pakistan, and a top score there of 66 for Shoaib Mohammad. Played very well, although it took him 117 balls, but the star of the day, so far as the Pakistanis were concerned, was Javed Miandad, who played quite beautifully for his 59 from 65 balls, 5 for 229. There are 24 extras there. And the bowling figures for England, there was some rather slipshod stuff went on out there in the field. They didn't quite back up the bowlers as they should have. De Freitas, I thought, bowled splendidly. 9 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 24. 41 taken from Gladstone Small. He also bowled well. And Botham, again, in this limited overs competition, showed great control. The other day he only had 29 taken from 10 overs. Today it was a mere 37, and he took 1 wicket. Embury, 2 for 65 from 10 overs. So England 230 to win. It looks quite a reasonable job for them, but the Pakistanis have already shown what great fighters they are.
2 to Chris Broad. Bill Athey yet to get off the mark. Wasim Akram. All good delivery.
Chris Broad getting one that holds its own, really. Just a beautiful line and length, and sparred at it outside off stump. Jaffa.
He's strong off the back foot, Chris Broad, and will reach the boundary easily. The first boundary of the innings. England none for 12 after 4 overs. Bill Athey is on 1. That's pretty close. Might have just gone over the top. Javed has a shot. So Bill Athey a bit fortunate to survive both those near misses.
I've got a feeling that hurt Bill Athey. That's hit him very much in line, but very much too high. I would have thought he was off the ground, but the throw from Javed just missing, and that could have been very interesting. It certainly would have gone over the top. He didn't want to run. Broad had come through, and Javed has a ping, and that would have been a line ball decision.
Well, that's well played again. Off the toes, the ball smashed away to mid-wicket. And into the fence it goes. Little Asif tried to dive away to his right, but wasn't able to cut it off. Let's have a look at this. Off the toes and beautifully played. Asif dives away to his left, but no way in the world was he going to cut that one off. It was too well hit.
Yes, you just can't stray anywhere near middle leg stump with Chris Broad.
Oh, he's hit that one. He smashed that one square. Got the message, I'd say, Bill.
Got the message, certainly, because your strike rate is poor. And that's something selectors have to be aware of, that you must pick guys that are prepared to play shots in the first 15 overs. Well, Bill Athey showed there that he has got shots on the onside. Imran just pitching a fraction too short.
Udasa is now being brought on. He's taken 93 wickets in one-day internationals. Oh, well played. Nicely played through the gap on the offside. Imran's having to chase it way down to the point boundary. He may just get there. No, he doesn't. I'll tell you what, he could have gone over on his ankle there without any trouble at all. As he got to the boundary, he stuck a foot out desperately. Would have been a tragedy for Pakistan had he twisted an ankle right on the rail. Watch him stick his foot out here right at the end.
Yes. Took half a risk. I don't think he really went in hard. He just had a little bit of a kick at it, but certainly could have caused an ankle injury there. Fine shot. Beautifully played square of the wicket.
A lot of interest in that.
Chris Broad can smile, but barely a coat of paint in this. Udasa bringing that one through. And that one had no right to miss the off stump whatsoever. The expression on the face tells the story. Curving back, nice little in-swinger. How much did that one miss by?
Rodney Marsh and Tony Cozier to take up commentary.
So Broad and Athey, as they've done so frequently during this summer, have given England a very good foundation. They've got a challenge on their hands. The Pakistanis did very well to reach 229. There's another boundary for Chris Broad, who's really played superbly this summer, and he's continuing his good run.
Just rocks back onto the back foot and hits that between point and cover. A long chase around from deep wide mid-off, all to no avail.
Mushtaba, left arm spin. It's through this time. Couldn't find the gap with that previous shot, but he waited for it, and that's superb batting. Couldn't quite beat Ramis in that position at backward point, the previous delivery, and now just delaying the shot a little bit longer and finding the gap. And a lovely shot again, beautifully played. That's superb batting by Athey. Mushtaba dropping short, back cut, and then pitching up, and Athey coming down and driving.
He's making the mistake of giving Bill Athey too much room here. He's got to get in tighter onto the leg side.
Manzoor. Well bowled. Manzoor very happy with that, and it really was a good delivery. So Manzoor has got the first England wicket, 1 for 104. Athey bowled 42.
Just making the mistake of playing across the line, and that was a good delivery. It started around about middle stump, moved out to off stump, and went all through Bill Athey. A very good breakthrough by Manzoor. So England, now with a target of 230, are 1 wicket down for 104.
So David Gower, who has done the list in the test matches, now reinstated to his usual number 3 position in the one-day internationals.
A successful over for Manzoor, and this is how he got through Bill Athey's defence. Good piece of bowling. Athey had played pretty well and was really starting to hit the ball well, but that was a nice little outswinger, starting on about middle and then swinging away to off, and perhaps even then nipping back a fraction to hit middle and off. Excellent piece of bowling by Manzoor.
In the air, someone's going to take it, 2 of them, and luckily a catch to mid-wicket with the mid-on fielder coming in and obscuring his vision for a while. That was almost a collision. And in the end, Shoaib keeping his eyes on the ball all the way through, but I'm telling you, it was very difficult.
And I'll tell you what, he went down for the count there after he took the catch. Watch him. Watch Imran. Imran's coming in from mid-on. Now, Shoaib finally catches it, but had Imran not got out of the way, there he goes, down for the count. That's where he would have been for a lot longer had Imran run into him. So Gower continues his dismal form in this competition. Out for 2 off 3 balls. Thought Shoaib bowled Madasa. England now 2 for 108.
So the Pakistanis have picked up 2 vital wickets, with England coasting along, and the course of the innings certainly changed here with Alan Lamb coming in. He comes in to replace David Gower.
Madasa bowling this one short of a length. Gower obliging by hitting it up in the air, and Imran nearly ran right through the little fellow.
And in the end, that was a very good catch by Shoaib. Imran coming right in front of him, and Shoaib did very well to keep his eyes on the ball all the way through.
clears point and away to the boundary.
Yes, and Mudasa not happy with that delivery. It was a bad ball. It was short and also pretty wide, asking to be cut away. And the shot executed pretty well by Lamb. There was a man backward of point. Came underneath it just a little bit, hit it over the top of that man's head into the gap.
Great shot, Alan Lamb. Found the gap beautifully. Another expensive over from Manzua.
There's the comparison after 35 overs. England beginning to dominate this game. And have a look at that outfield. Absolutely magnificent.
And that's gone into the hands of the fielder, long on, and he drops it. And he catches it. Oh, my goodness gracious. It looked at one stage as if it was going over the top. Then it dropped into the hands of Javed on the boundary. A safer pair of hands you wouldn't find anywhere. But he needed it to put them into use twice.
Got that pretty well. Javed had to judge it perfectly, which he did, and then grabbed it perfectly. It was very close, but Lamb has gone. But that is precisely what Pakistan wanted. They need that one and one more, and then they're right back in this game. 3 for 156. And here's Ian Botham.
Down the ground, a catch here, taken, Botham's gone. That's the wicket Pakistan wanted. Catch by Ramiz Uraja, Botham out. England losing their top all-rounder.
And it was partly frustration. They've bowled so well at him that he was forced into playing that stroke down the ground. Well caught, but very well bowled indeed.
So England now 4 for 184. Pakistan not out of this yet by any means. New batsman is Mike Gatting. So he's come in to replace Ian Botham.
Full pitches could be out. He's getting under it. No. Well, that could have been the one they needed. Mohammed made good ground, didn't quite pick it up. Appeared to be a weeding edge, flew high over cover. Shriek from the crowd.
He's getting meant to hit that one on the onside. He got a leading edge. Shoaib Mohammed disappointed, but he can't really be disappointed because he made a lot of ground against the flight of the ball.
Chance for Ranak getting back up too far. He's out! What a sensational bit of fielding by Mohammed. Great throw with a non-striker, then getting backing up too far. Magnificent piece of work. Great throw.
A little misunderstanding here. Broad goes back. It's Gatting's call. It's gone straight to Shoaib Mohammed. He throws it back. And the well, look at that. Yes, he's definitely out by half a metre. Gatting, the carpet burns on the knees, no doubt, or the elbows. So he's out. Gatting leaves for 7. England 5 for 199.
New batsman Jack Richards comes to the crease because Gatting was run out.
Still got to scramble a runner ball. It's 29 off 29. We've got 5 wickets in hand, provided they can get a bat or a pad on the ball.
It's a bit close if he hits. Gone! Yes, a brilliant piece of work. Mohammed coming in again. They went for the short single. It had to be a direct hit. It was spot on. What a fine young cricketer. What a moment for Pakistan. They're still in this match. Getting run out, direct hit.
Well, Mohammed, Shoaib Mohammed, the pedigree showed with the bat, it showed with the ball, and now it shows in the field. He's hit him side on, over they go. And there we go, Jack Richards on his way, the English wicketkeeper. Didn't have much time, Daddles the duck accompanies him off. The tears splash on the ground. And it's bye-bye to Jack Richards for a duck. And out by Shoaib Mohammed. The score, England 6 for 204.
Phil de Freitas comes to the wicket because Shoaib Mohammed has picked up his second run out in a matter of minutes. Imran Khan to Chris Broad. Got him! He's gone, yes, 97, dropped behind. Broad looks at his pad. The Pakistanis all go up. A very disappointed Chris Broad. But umpire Dick French gives him out. And Pakistan on top at the whacker.
Well, 3 runs short of a century. Disappointment all over this one. Let's have a look. That's through the gate. Hard to see whether or not. Imran Khan knows it's out. Dick French gives it out. And unfortunately for the England opener, he misses out on yet another century. And so now Pakistan really in with a big chance. The tail exposed. England 7 for 208.
John Embry makes his way. A very disappointed Chris Broad. He felt that struck the pad on the way through. It was a very confident appeal by the fast bowler and his wicketkeeper. Well, he seemed to be a bit late with the stroke on replay, but first I thought he hit it. That was my first impression without replay, and so did Dick French.
Obviously be a big noise there, and England have now lost 4 for 24 in the last couple of overs. And Imran Khan showing the lead. He certainly is the rudder to this Pakistani ship. That's tight. 14 runs, 11 balls.
John Embry gets the educated nick. That was the one that England needed, a boundary. No slip in the final overs. Embry slashing wide, gets a thick edge and races away for 4.
Well, how often do you see that? There's no joy to Imran Khan on this one. There's no great skill required to do that either. Not good enough to middle it. Embry gets a nick and couldn't be better off. 4 runs go up on the England board, and that's 10 all now. 10 runs, 10 balls, 3 wickets in hand.
Thick edge, Jarvis there, it beats him, they look for 2. John Embry's not all that quick, he's coming back. There's the throw to the wide. Good over for England. Imran fighting right down to the wire, not happy with the throw.
Barely an over to go.
Beats him, well bowled again for the run. Safely through, a bye, excellent running. Embry keeps the strike, a good over for England. 7 for 223.
A worried man, an angry man. They've played so well, they've got back into this game. They dismissed both of them, Gatting, Richards and Broad, in the space of 24 runs. They got back into the game. Now it's just slipping away.
Akram, he's bowled beautifully. That's a nice shot, but it's knocked down. They're 3 for 1. They come back for 2. The crowd roaring. And about 6,500 people standing up, cheering, clapping. They've had great entertainment in this series. Some close finishes. The equation is 5 off 5. But Wasim Akram, he won't give up the fight. He's been accurate. He's been at the stumps. Shoaib throws, misses.
Well, a wicket now could turn this game around. Apart from being a maiden ball, will bring a new batsman to the crease. They desperately need. That could have almost been there. I think the batsman may have been home, Embry. But Pakistan, they need a wicket. A wicket could still win this game. They don't need 3 wickets. So they're getting a change of field placement now. Imran Khan
Bringing Asif inside the circle. He's one of the quicker movers. Trying to cut down those singles. Jarvis at mid-wicket. Mohammed at cover. Asif at cover point. They're the ones for that short push. In they come. As in comes Wasem. Gets some pad to it. They're through for one. De Freitas is very quick. He's coming back to the second. This is great running. He's home. Great piece of work, Philip De Freitas. Too fast. The greyhound.
Well, doesn't he move like greased lightning, Bill? That was an amazing performance. He had no right to pick up two there. It's gone straight down to fine leg. He picks up, he's run in, he's even closer, but the return pretty good, pretty sharp, and how quickly the tumble turn of De Freitas was magnificent.
2 runs to win, 3 balls remaining, and now all the fieldsmen come in. So the opportunity for De Freitas with wickets in hand to waft over the infield. Wasem Akram, the bowler. He beats it, there it is, a victory for England, that'll go for 4. De Freitas punches that through cover, a great match, a great win. England probably favourites for the final on Wednesday, but not a lot in it. Hard-fought match, some brilliant fielding, excellent batting, and England just getting up on the wire.
Pakistan won the tight one against Australia the other night. England win the tight one here tonight. I had the feeling that England cruised for most of the time. Athey and Broad played so well early. Athey scored 42, and Broad just 3 runs short of a century. They did the hard work. It really was a pretty good all-round performance by England.
What a great finish and what a splendid win for England, with the final coming up against Pakistan on Wednesday. 7 for 232. They got there with just 2 balls to spare. They had 3 wickets in hand, but my word, it was a close go. Brilliant stuff from Chris Broad, 97, and then Alan Lamb, 32. They put on a splendid effort there, a partnership of 48 in 59 balls faced. And then down to the end, when De Freitas and Embury added an unbeaten 24 from just 17 balls. And what about the running between the wickets in that partnership? 7 for 232 in 49.4 overs. And the bowling figures for Pakistan, well, Imran Khan reckons they're struggling a little with their extra bowler. They've used 3 there to make up 1 bowler in the attack, the 5th bowler. Asif bowled 3 overs, Manzoor 3, and Shoaib 5. Man of the match was Chris Broad. 97 he made from 133 balls. And the points table at the end of all the preliminary matches in this B&H Challenge shows that England have gone to 6 points, Pakistan 4, the West Indies 2, and Australia way down there on North. The final between England and Pakistan on Wednesday here at the WACA. It's a day match starting at 11 o'clock, and it should be an absolute beauty. We look forward to having you with us then. For the moment, it's good night.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.